And now, the conclusion. Okay. Anything more horrible awaiting us? Yeah, this like I said before, this seems more combat heavy than the other ladies. I mean, the very first few minutes of this, we were thrown against 3 ghosts, which is like 3 is more than 2. I can count. Okay. Whenever there's no model for the item that I'm about to pick up, I get like, tense because it might be a jump scare like the one before. One of these days, I'm gonna open the door and there's gonna be a Satan right in front of me. Well, like, literally as I open the door, not like this. Are you just here to live now? Okay. What was he? There seems to be cool air flowing from behind the cabinet. Interesting. It's always cool air. What if the room wasn't ventilated behind? There's a decorative carving on the shelf. It's such a trope, you know? There's always, oh, there's air behind it. What if the room was terribly ventilated and there was no air coming from behind? How would you ever know? Hayabara's note number 1. My family has been protecting and continuing the ritual, acting as head priests. Oh, crud. At the same time, they have fought against the Luna Sedata syndrome as spiritual healers. As for me, I protect the teachings of the Hayabara family and have built a hospital to treat patients of Luna Sedata syndrome, researching it from a medical perspective. I believe it is my mission to research Luna Sedata using a combination of traditional and medical methods. And that's my Steam account. Don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. The inhabitants of this island once tackled investigations into the human soul with their own original methods. One of these methods was the Kagura masks. In the Kagura dance, the Utsuwa, which means vessel, wears a mask, listens intently to the music, and loses herself within it. The Kanade mask regulates the rhythm and beat of the dance. So that's what we've been seeing in the flashbacks. By wearing the masks, various parts of the human brain are stimulated. This is truly interesting. The possibility of the mask having power over the brain must be explored. The door to that as yet untouched area is now open. This was once the ultimate end to the Rugetsu Kagura dance. No, it was likely the ceremony of passage's true form. The ceremony is a potent way to enter the mind's abyss. Yikes. But because it caused a disaster, the ceremony has been stopped for a long time and become taboo. That terrible tradition of disaster, however, in order to overcome the illness, we must venture into the taboo. The lunar eclipse occurs every 10 years. Opportunity to perform must not escape. Blah, 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 blah. We have no time. Okay. So I noticed that there's a lot more reading in this dude's. That is an ugly mask. In this dude's section. An intercom on top of the desk. There's a row of numbers on the panel. Well, this is gonna suck, isn't it? It's gonna be a puzzle? Which I have no way to answer right now. Holy frame rate drop, Batman. Okay, item? Is there item here? Yes, there's an item here. Good! Crystals! That's what I always wanted from my birthday. For my birthday. From my birthday. Okay, so can I push this or pull this? So, well, there's a wall over here, so we can't do anything from this direction. Let's see if we can perhaps like pull it. No, I can't. This is an invisible wall. Well, we tried. It's possibly some like other direction's gonna lead me around here. Is it on the map as a door? Wait. It's on the map as a door? But I can't access it. Well, it's probably the switch on the intercom thing that needs to trigger it. And maybe I'll get that through the box that I have, because I have one of the keys to the box. Oh, yeah, let's go deeper into the haunted hospital. That seems like a good idea. There's static. This is where they kept the kids, right? Uh-oh. Really? There's nothing down here? Can I get my hand through? Here we go! We got everything. Using the waxing and waning moon, you opened the box, and it had a memo, as we suspected. It has a series of digits and what seems to be a fragment of tanka poetry written on it. Filling the cabinet. The magic of the full moon. The sides of a square. Oh, that's gonna be great. 4 sides of a square? Doesn't the square have 4 sides? I have a bad feeling about this stairway. Alright, so our way is through this door, but I'm gonna run back and save really quickly, because if there's a boss fight and I die, I'm gonna hate myself. Well, isn't it weird how the human mind works? Like, nothing happened, but when I was talking, and when I let's play, I feel much more safe. It's almost like I'm playing it with somebody, you know? Or I'm playing with you. But, like, when I was by myself, it felt much more tense, which is kind of weird, because I'm not really talking to anyone anyway, like, physically next to me. Let's see if we can figure out this puzzle. There are numbers lined up on the intercom panel. Sides of the square is our only hint. What am I supposed to be doing here? Help! The sides of a square. So, I mean... 4. 4 is our hint. So... 8 minus 1 is 7. The difference between 7 and 4 is 3. Could that be like how we're supposed to do it? No, but then we have bigger numbers. So the difference between 4 and 9 is 5. 5 and 4 is different. Is between is 1. The difference between 3 and 5 is 2. So 2, maybe. The difference between 8 and 1 is 7. Okay, so if it's not the difference between them to 4, I mean, why like the sides of the square? I don't. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I just realized. Okay, so you know what actually threw me off? The hint is what threw me off, because it was like, oh, the sides of a square. Like, what the hell do the sides of a square have to do with this? After trying to forget about the hint and just look at this as a math thing, both of those things equal 15. So I assume I just need to like do something to equal 15? Like 195? Would that work? No. There has to be a certain way it has to equal 15. Hey, it worked! I don't know why 276! I don't know why one of them, I'm just like brute forcing my way through them. I heard a sound from behind. I was like doing all the combinations that equaled 15. Maybe that was the hint that I needed. Like the 4 sides of the moon, maybe that was the hint of why 4 sides of a square? Maybe that was the hint? Why is my game suddenly really choppy? 1 second as I try to restart the fraps. Okay, restarting fraps apparently solved it. Okay, sucker. So, I heard a voice from behind this doohickey, so let's get behind this doohickey. But that was a weird puzzle. Sure, I heard a sound somewhere close by. Oh, you better close it, otherwise the things will fall out. Oh, I thought it was just opening and closing the windows. To the window, to the wall. Probably access to the basement? Probably where we're gonna die? Is there an item on the stairs or on the floor in front of the stairs? I don't like that they just gave me an item. Okay, creepy room. Creepy room. It's probably under the stairs. Satan! What was that Matrix move? Did you see that? Oh, I'm so sorry. It probably ruined the atmosphere, but did you see that dodge? Like, Neo would be freaking jealous of that dodge. Oh my god, that was so silly. Oh, never change, game. Never change. What exactly were these used for? I don't know, but Matrix training maybe. That brain reminds me of Ruvik. Lunacidata syndrome research. Currently, the most promising treatment method is surgery. It's a treatment that works by adding or removing direct stimuli to the brain. At first, because of its experimental nature, we had to overcome many difficulties, but since we started seeing results, it's nearing its establishment as an effective treatment method. However, a few days ago, just when we thought the surgery was successful, we had an unfortunate fatality. Having lost his memory and become an empty shell, the patient died, but then his face turned into a bizarre shape. I immediately dissected it, but it was clearly a sign of blooming. The actual cause of the failure is unknown. Research on surgical treatment must be continued, but blooming must be avoided. The disaster, it remains fresh in island folklore. The day without suffering cannot be repeated. Yes, you must all suffer! What is that device? Lights cast shadows underneath the bed. A red blotch is left on the bed where a restraint band is wound with a thick belt. Oh, that's creepy. Surgical tools? Or, yeah, I use blue crystals in surgery all the time. Oh, this goes even deeper? This is quite unorthodox. Okay. Hello. Is there an item up here that I can pick up? What is that? It's a statue of a kind. Knowing Fatal Frame is probably for some weird ritual. Here's an item. It's bluing. Is it just interact with this to say that, oh, I can't interact with this? No, there's something. Well, we'll come back to you. What will we find beneath the hospital, and are there any more Matrix ghosts? The answer to these questions and more in the next part.